Hey good people, welcome back to Frizz and Fragrance. My name is Kara, and whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. Today we are going to be smelling the new Asad Bourbon. I couldn't think if it was Bourbon Asad or Asad Bourbon. The new Asad Bourbon from LATTAFA. Want to know what you think about this? I'm going to give you my initial thoughts. So if that sounds good, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think and come on down the fragrance rabbit hole because we're trying to smell good over here. All right, let's get started. So how are you? It has been a minute. It's been a couple of weeks and it has just been busy with the holidays, but I have so much fragrance content and I am trying to get back into the swing of it. I miss talking to y'all and I miss chatting about fragrances. Definitely let me know what you've been wearing. I cannot wait to catch up and just share all these new fragrances that I have with you all. So let me know how you're doing in the comment section and we are going to go ahead and get started. So this fragrance came out maybe about a month ago and initially I did not purchase it, but I don't know, my curiosity got the better of me and I decided to go ahead and grab it. So I did purchase this from Amazon and currently it's $44.55 on Amazon, and then on the LATTAFA website it is $49.50, and I'm sure you can find a 10% off code somewhere. If I find one, I will put it in the description box. Now, one of the things that I'm not sure about is if this is a dupe of a high-end fragrance. I'm not really sure. I've heard a couple of guesses of what this could be a dupe for, so we will talk about that after we smell it and look at all the notes. So let me go ahead and give you the description of this fragrance. This is an eau de parfum and it's unisex and it embodies the perfect blend of elegance and sophistication. This fragrance is following the success of the Asad and Asad Zanzibar. So this is going to be the third chapter in the Asad collection. And I hope I'm saying Asad, I hope that's how it is pronounced. Let's look here at the notes, and these are from Fragrantica. We have top notes of Mirabelle, pink pepper, and lavender. We have mid notes of cacao, nutmeg, and Divana, and then base notes of bourbon, vanilla, amber, and vetiver. My guess was that although it says unisex, is that this was going to be a more masculine leaning fragrance. I have sprayed this, but I haven't given it like an in-depth wear, but I did have an initial, smelling of this one. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the packaging. And here is the box. You know, LATTAFA always has a very nice presentation, and it has the same bottle as the other Asad fragrances and the Yara fragrances. So, and I love this. Honestly, I am not into buying things for the packaging, but I really loved like this matte brown color. I love brown. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we smell. Just initially smelling it from the sprayer. This is masculine leaning in my opinion. What is Mirabelle? I see that it's a fruit, but let me see. Mirabelle, okay. Fantasy fruity note, reminiscent of Mirabelle plum, sweet, fresh, and fleshy. So when I smell this, in the opening I'm getting that lavender for sure. And I'm going to assume it is the pink pepper because there's a spiciness that I'm smelling initially. So pink pepper is a spicy floral and it's kind of herbal. So that's what I'm getting initially in the opening. I would love how this smells on a man, like right off the bat. On me, I am not sure, but I am going to smell this on my skin so we can see the evolution, because that's really all that I'm getting, and I'm not smelling any of the mid notes right now. So let's go ahead and spray it on the skin, and I'm also going to spray it on my paper towel because I don't have any more on my little cotton rounds. Ooh, okay, now on the skin, I like it a lot more on the skin for me. Because initially I was saying masculine. On my skin, I'm not getting that. On my skin, I'm definitely getting unisex. And I'm getting that vanilla, There's definitely amber there. I am getting a hint of the cacao, like that chocolatey note, but it's really light. I wouldn't say that that's a standout note here. There's a sweetness there, which I believe comes from the Divana, and I believe Divana is a sweeter note. Now it says it's herbal and bitter, but I don't know if I agree with that, because I have Divana in an essential oil, and to me it smells almost candy-like. Let me just double check. I'm looking at my computer. I don't know why in my mind Divana smells, oh yes, a fruity. It's fruity, yes. So on Fragrantica, it is definitely saying that Divana is more of a green, bitter herbal note. But when I smell Divana, to me, it's almost like a candy-like smell. I am smelling something a little sweet and fruity on my skin. I definitely am getting that vanilla amber, like a vanilla amber. I'm thinking about from not Fleur, the Seven Virtues. They have a fragrance called Amber Vanilla that I think will go beautifully with this. On the skin, it smells unisex, but when I just initially sprayed it, and I'm thinking the scent trail, like someone walking by, it's gonna smell like a men's cologne, but on my skin, this does not smell like a men's cologne at all. I quite like it. It is an amber vanilla scent. I'm not getting green from this at all. Let me look at the notes again. Yeah, so we have that lavender in the beginning and like a fruitiness and a spiciness, but on the skin, and it settles down super fast. You're just getting an amber vanilla with a hint of cacao, like a slight hint of that cacao nutmeg and the sweetness from the Divana. I actually really like this. Now, I don't know anything about wear time. I did look at some other reviews, and many people say that the wear time is pretty good, 6 to 8 hours. I would have to test that out. But this dries down really fast. Like, it evolves really quickly. To me, it almost smells like a different fragrance when you initially smell it. They almost smell like two different fragrances to me. Like, you get the lavender and the spice, and then those top notes really completely disappear. Like, they are the middle notes and these base notes and dry down. That's where it is for me. So I would definitely wear this, like, for myself as a woman. But it's truly unisex. This really surprised me, actually. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this. So when I was looking at a couple YouTube shorts, there are some speculations as to what fragrances, actually it might be a dupe of two. And one of them was the, I'm typing, Valentino Born in Roma, I believe, Intense maybe. So just taking a look at the notes here, we have vanilla, lavender, and vetiver. So we have all three of those notes in the Asad Bourbon. It could be somewhat of a take on that. And then the other one was one called Most Wanted. So the Born in Roma Intense is by Valentino, and then the Most Wanted is Azzaro. Now there's some different ones. So let me see, the Most Wanted Parfum, we have some notes of ginger, woodsy, and bourbon vanilla. So there's a bourbon vanilla, but let me look at the other ones. There's the Most Wanted, and then there's an Intense. So this one's a warm, spicy. This not this one. That's a cardamom, toffee, and amberwood. So that's not going to be it. Let me just look at the Intense. The Intense is bergamot, lavender, liquor, and moss. So no, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just the plain Most Wanted. And the other thing is, this is not a boozy fragrance at all. So this is, I don't know, when you think about bourbon, you might be thinking of more of a alcohol or a liquor scent, and that's not it. It's more a bourbon vanilla. So if you're looking for something that's boozy, I don't get that from this fragrance at all. I will call it an amber vanilla fragrance. And let me just go back to see how they described this on Fragrantica. They describe it as oriental spicy, but no, it's like amber vanilla. The main accords, I showed them. We have aromatic, sweet, vanilla, cacao, fresh, spicy, fruity, soft, spicy, amber, lavender, and warm, spicy. So it's definitely a spicy fragrance. It's a little creamy. You got that vanilla there, but it's really unisex. And I think that's so odd because smelling it initially, I was like, wow, this is definitely a masculine leaning fragrance. And I think it would smell really great. Like if I smelled that opening on a man, like as I'm walking by, I would be like, wow, he smells great. But smelling it on my skin, I'm keeping this for myself. I'm not giving this to anybody. Ironically, you know what's ironic? I would even wear this with Yara. So if you're familiar with the Yara line, it almost, I don't know, let me look at the notes. Like the regular Yara, sweet vanilla, powdery. So I don't know, I would wear them together. I would even wear this with Yara Candy if you wanted to smell even more feminine leaning, but truly a unisex fragrance in my opinion, and I'm really surprised about it. So I'd love to know your thoughts on this fragrance if you have tried it. I'm definitely keeping this for myself. Initially when I smelled it, I was like, oh, like maybe I could give this to my dad, or like I'm not sure, but smelling this dry down, it's staying right here in my collection. Yeah, absolutely. Staying in my collection. I am going to really enjoy this fragrance. And for me, it's going to be more of a cold weather fragrance, I think. Fall, winter, maybe. But I don't know. It's not really striking me as a solely cold weather fragrance. I think this could be layered and used in any time of year. But it's really nice. I have a feeling that the longevity is going to be pretty good just because of my experience with the other LATTAFA fragrances that I have. So I'm really happy to have this one. And now I'm a bit intrigued about the other Asad fragrances. There's Asad and there's Asad Zanzibar. So maybe that's something I'll give a try in the future. But right now I'm happy with the Asad Bourbon, and I would love to know if you purchased this one and what you think the fragrance is inspired by. And that's going to be it. I'm so happy to be back, y'all. I missed y'all, and I miss talking about fragrances, and they're just piling up. So I'm going to get it back together and catch y'all up. I have a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances to review with you all and some samples. So there's a lot coming, and I am just happy to be back. Happy New Year. I hope that this year has started off well for everyone, and if not, don't feel like this year is a waste. It is never too late to turn things around. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.